American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. 3 new songs in our survey this week, and here's the first, by an Englishman who's currently living in New York City. His name, Billy Idol. His song at number 36, Hot in the City.
Now we're up to the rock star who could have lost it all in an accident at a time when everything was going for him. He was a guest star on The Who's anniversary concert special on TV, playing the wicked cousin Kevin in Tommy. He was cast for a part in a movie by Oscar-winning director Oliver Stone about Jim Morrison and the Doors. And at the start of this year, this English singer had finished up his first studio album in more than 3 years called A Charmed Life. But on February 6th, Billy Idol almost lost his life while riding his motorcycle around L.A. Billy came to an intersection. He looked to both sides. He looked ahead and checked his mirrors. But when he headed out, he crashed into a car. He told writer Gary Graff, "I don't know exactly what happened. I looked up, I saw the car, and the next minute I was on the ground." Well, an ambulance rushed Billy to a hospital. He was treated for a broken arm and a leg split in 3. Doctors had to operate on Billy's leg, removing one piece of bone and inserting a connector called a butterfly. But it didn't take, so he needed a rod put in his leg and a bone graft. Billy Idol had 5 different operations. He said, "When I found out I needed the 5th operation, it was kind of already in my mind that I'd be throwing away the crutches any day now. I thought I was a lot further along, and I was already thinking about going out on tour. Now I can't say for sure, but I do know that I'll have to go through a lot of physical therapy before that." Well, we're all pulling for Billy's full recovery. The current hit from his Charmed Life LP is Alive, and well, at number 21 this week on American Top 40, here's Cradle of Love.
Music.
Well, from our hard-headed file, Billy Idol, who suffered extensive injuries when he wiped out his motorcycle just last year, will give a concert to benefit groups opposed to the new mandatory motorcycle helmet law in California.
Number 24.
Climbing 4 notches, here's a rocker who says he doesn't make music to be liked. He makes music to tell people what's on his mind. He's Billy Idol, and this is a song from his new CD, Charmed Life. It's called Cradle of Love.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
Well, now we're up to an American Top 20 Extra, a hit by Billy Idol, a punk rock legend who decided he was ready for a comeback after he sang the Star-Spangled Banner at a Little League game. Back in the 80s and early 90s, Billy Idol was one of the kings of punk rock, a star who hit big with songs like White Wedding, Cradle of Love, and Moni Moni. But by 1993, when Billy put out his album Cyberpunk, his career was slipping, and so he decided to put music aside and work on being a good dad. Quote, "My son Willem was living with me. I'd take him to school, and I'd take him to Little League. And it was at Little League that made him want to try music again. Quote, they let me sing the national anthem at the games. I did it punk rock style. And I thought, if you can do that on a baseball diamond, somewhere, someplace, there must be a future for me." A future Billy found in his latest CD titled Devil's Playground. Now here's Billy Idol with one of his first hits, a song from 1983, White Wedding.
American Top 20.
We're counting down radio's hottest hits from 20 to number 1. I'm Casey Kasem. Well, now we're up to an American Top 20 Extra by Billy Idol, an Englishman who used to sing as he worked. His fellow workers told him, "Don't quit your day job." At the time, Billy was working in the post office sorting out mail. While he worked, Billy sang to himself, and he didn't just hum, he sang out loud, and it drove his fellow workers to distraction. Billy says, quote, "One night I was singing Don't Be Cruel, the Elvis song. The other blokes just kept telling me to keep it down, but I wouldn't. It was how I passed the time." Finally, one of those blokes put down his letters, marched over to Billy, and told him, quote, "You're the worst singer I've ever heard. Whatever you do, mate, don't ever try singing for a living." All these years later, Billy says, quote, "I can still hear him saying that to me. I guess I proved him wrong, though he might still say, I Can't Sing. Now with an extra, here's Billy Idol with a smash from 1987, his remake of Moni Moni.